This is such an interesting topic. The topic about burnout has really risen a lot in just everything we see that's being discussed, because a few years ago, the World Health Organization declared burnout as, I forget how they term it, but as some kind of disease or something that you need to recognize. And so a lot of times people don't actually know they're burning out, right? And some of the symptoms are when you find yourself, exhaustion is one thing, but becoming increasingly maybe cynical or disconnected from what you're doing, your work, and the people around you. When you find that you increasingly have feelings of inefficacy. No matter what I do, I can't make a change, or I'm not going to be successful. And I'm not speaking about big picture, I'm trying to change the world, but where it really starts to feel like you have no choice. And I am not the clinical expert on burnout, but some of the people I follow just say, pay attention to becoming increasingly, let's say, short-tempered, becoming increasingly committed to a course of action where it's not the right thing, but it's almost like you're on a hamster wheel where you've pressed 11 on a scale of 1 to 10 of the speed, but you just have to keep going. So those are some of the things to pay attention to, and especially for leaders, be aware when you're so committed to a course and everything is running like crazy and you just don't think you can stop even for an hour or a day. When you feel like you can't stop, I've learned that's usually a sign that you're headed toward burnout. Have you ever had a light bulb just go and you needed to change it, right? Sometimes the filament's busted and you hear that rattling around. When you sense a little bit of a rattle, that's a clue. Another clue, drawing on the light bulb analogy, is when the wiring goes haywire. Sometimes it's not the light bulb, but you're in there and you're like, oh my goodness, I got to repair this thing because the insulation is just out. So that fraying, when you feel frayed and it's starting to come out in the way you typically deal with your family and your coworkers or those you lead, that's a really good clue too.